Namaste. And if I told you once, I ain't gonna tell you twice. Salute all my real ones. Yeah. Look, bro, we got why Elon Musk's, where I got Musk from. Why Elon Musk says we're living in a simulation. I'm gonna hold my opinion because I got a whole opinion about this whole simulation shit. I'm gonna wait till the end of the video because it gotta stop, bro. I understand The Matrix is a great movie, but we need to knock it the fuck off. Like button, subscribe button, notification bell, press those. Let's go.
Elon Musk thinks it's almost certain that we are living in a computer simulation.
There's a 1 in billions chance that this is based reality.
He says that humans are basically some advanced version of The Sims. Yes, that idea sounds pretty absurd, but we shouldn't just write it off. People used to think the solar system worked like this, but almost 2,000 years before Galileo proved it didn't, Aristarchus of Samos posited the exact same crazy idea. Reality is probably not as it seems. Musk is echoing a paper on this theory by philosopher Nick Bostrom. His argument goes like this.
Called 40 years ago, we had Pong, like 2 rectangles and a dot.
30 years after Pong, we got The Sims.
Now, 40 years later, we have photorealistic 3D simulations with millions of people playing simultaneously, and it's getting better every year.
So let's go about 10,000 years into the future. It's possible that when we get there, civilization will be entirely gone because there is a ceiling to our advancement. Maybe it's because of global warming or self-replication.
All right, bro. I'm gonna stop you right there. So I mentioned The Matrix in the beginning, right? My whole thing about all these theories that people have, whether it's we're in a simulation, space is fake, and the Anunnaki and aliens came from outer space and helped the Egyptians erect the temples, the pyramids, and all this other stuff. Notice the one common thread between all of that stuff, and it's that it's an exotic explanation as opposed to what has been the conventional theories, which are just normal and boring. And that's what I believe. I feel like people are so they're looking for something to grasp or something intriguing or interesting, and it's like, man, that's been the explanation for too long. The Big Bang Theory's been the explanation too long, and it's boring, and and because it's abstract and it can't be proven 100%. Let's find something else that's more enticing that we can follow. Right, like. And it's one of those things where you say that we're in a simulation. There's no way. How we're in the simulation. How are we gonna prove that we're in a simulation? Right? Like, and if you think about how The Matrix explained it, it's like, oh, whenever you see ghosts or goblins or vampires, blah, 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 that was because there was a program that was not doing what it was supposed to be doing. But anyway, I'm saying all of that to say that I feel like people are reaching for the most exotic, newest, for lack of a better term, sexy explanation to things that have been explained already, and it's like, man, those old explanations are boring. Let's find something new to replace it with. And I don't know, like, all right, cool. We're in a simulation. Someone had to create the simulation. Why did they create the simulation? And how come there's no flaws in I don't know. And I refuse to believe even right. So if you want to say that a simulation would be run by a computer, would be run by an algorithm, right? There are technically algorithms that run the universe, but there's no algorithm running me, bro. I'm not a bot. I'm not being controlled by anyone. And I believe the same thing for everybody that's watching this. You're not being controlled. You're free will. Everything within a computer system is run by an algorithm. So our existence and everything that we believe and do would be run by an algorithm. Now I just don't believe that. I don't. You know what I'm saying? I rock with Elon, everything he's doing with the Boring Company, with SpaceX, with Tesla, with trying to, the Neuralink stuff, which I'm never doing, but I respect it. This right here, nah, can't co-sign it at all. At all, at all, at all, at all.
Replicating robots.
If civilization stops advancing, then that may be due to some calamitous event that erases civilization.
But another possibility is that if we keep advancing and assuming everything in the physical world can be simulated, eventually we'll simulate ourselves. Every synapse in the entire human brain for everyone on Earth. Getting enough computing power to run billions of ancestor simulations could be a problem, but Bostrom thinks we'd send tiny self-replicating robots to other planets, which would turn the planet into a huge computer, and some of the simulations would start making their own simulations.
Occam's razor, bro. Occam's razor. Like, this is like so out there, bro. Occam's razor. All things being equal, the simplest explanation tends to be the right one. Now, when it comes to what created the universe, right? If somebody wanted to argue with me, like, so let me say it like this: do I 100% know that we are or are not in a simulation? No, right? And if I truly believe in science, I have to accept the possibility. I just don't see, or maybe I'm just refusing, but I just don't see how somebody was like, yo, you know what? Let's create this vast reality that people have been going through time and create a civilization and see how it unfolds. Like, I guess what I'm trying to say is that I refuse to believe that our lives are so cheap, so easily creatable, just by whatever other beings would technically be our creators. Like, refuse. Yeah.
Simulations. In this scenario, there are billions of universes that are indistinguishable from our own. That means that chances are we are in one of the simulated universes. And given the other possibility, which is that human civilization has an inevitable ceiling, Elon Musk thinks we better hope that we're in a simulation.
Either we're going to create simulations that are indistinguishable from reality, or civilization will cease to exist. Those are the two options.
There is one other possibility. Maybe future humans just don't want to run ancestor simulations. Maybe they think it's unethical, because there is a tremendous amount of suffering in the world, and that suffering would still feel real to simulated humans. Or maybe they have other priorities. So to recap, there are three possibilities.
So hold on, right? Like let's stop there. So we're in a simulation, but the people that ran the simulation are not. Or it's possible that, this is reality and we're living it for the first time, and we'll be the ones creating the simulations eons down the line. Like, I don't know, like, why is it that people, especially for something that's inexplicable, that's not tangible, that we don't have proof for, why is people so quick to just say, oh, it's not real? Like, what?
1. Humans go extinct before we're able to run a simulation this big. 2. Humans don't run simulations because it's wrong or boring. Number 3. We are living in a simulation. Elon Musk thinks that there's only a tiny chance we are in scenario 1 or 2. The philosopher Nick Bostrom thinks it's more like a 20% chance that we're in a simulation, but if you're not into futuristic predictions, Bostrom thinks this argument provides other rewards. He says, it suggests naturalistic analogies to certain traditional religious conceptions. In other words, if we're living in a simulation, there is a higher level being, but it's some version of us. This leads to a rabbit hole.
Yeah, because I was about to say, all right, cool, there's some high level being, but it had to begin somewhere. Someone had to create us. Why can't this reality be the beginning? You know what I'm saying? Like,
of conversations, which is why Elon Musk has rules about when he can talk about this.
It got to the point where basically every conversation was the AI/simulation conversation, and my brother and I finally agreed that we would ban such conversations if we were ever in a hot tub. It's like.
But anyway, man, I really hope. I mean, I was about to say, I really don't hope that I don't come off as adamant, but I am adamant about this. I truly believe that everyone, like, there are a lot of people out here that want exotic explanations for simple things, or just looking for the craziest definition of reality or the things that were done. Like even the stuff about aliens, right, coming to the earth and helping the Egyptians be able to build the pyramids. I find that wildly disrespectful. One is disrespectful, and two, it's like, man, so what y'all saying is that y'all don't feel like people back then were smart enough to try to figure it out on their own to build, these massive structures. Like, no, it had to be different beings from somewhere else that came to help us. Like, there's no possible way that they could have just did it on their own through a lot of hard work and, unfortunately, slave labor. Like, I don't know, man. Like there's something disrespectful and sad about that it's like, even the accomplishments, whether right or wrong, right? Because, slave labor was used to build the pyramids. Whether right or wrong, humans accomplished that. And by there being a faction of people saying, oh, it was aliens that did it, you're belittling those accomplishments that people made. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Like, there's just something that rubs me the wrong way about that. It's like, nah, like, it always has to be an outside influence. We never do things ourselves, and I don't like that. Like, I don't like that explanation at all. And maybe it's unscientific of me, but I refuse to believe it. But I'm gonna leave it there. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Am I right or wrong? Or we about to have a back and forth? Keyboard warriors, do what y'all do, man. I don't feel no kind of way about it. My name is Rain. Catch you on the flip side. RCP salute. Wait for it. Dab on them.